This year, I've personally seen some hopeless action movies. I sit there and think those were really bad, and then get surprised again because there comes along another movie even worse. As bad as Wire Room, A Day to Die, White Elephant, and Panama was, they don't beat this movie in bad quality. Because this movie with the title Section 8 gotta be the worst action movie ever made. They had a concept like this in The Grey Man, which was not done too badly, but here everything is just off. The characters don't work, the acting is very hollow, and yet the concept is not executed well. The concept is that you recruit these guys, who has ended up in jail, as agents, and choose them for specific missions. Of course, like the case in The Grey Man, the agent suddenly goes rogue and doesn't want to do the mission the way he is supposed to. The only good actor here is Dolph Lundgren, who by the end has double-crossed the main character played by Scott Adkins. In this role he is very good, and you would have appreciated him getting a little more screen time. That is one fact I feel would have made a movie better, but just like the recent Bruce Willis movies, Dolph is just in the cast here to make the movie more appealing. Oh wow, we got Dolph Lundgren in our movie, but fans of him will be highly disappointed that he is barely in it. So on to another annoying fact, the overuse of emotion. You get where the character is coming from when he loses his wife and kid, but I feel that they kind of focus too much on that. In the older cliché action movies, the main character just hadn't thought too much about it, but just gone out there to take revenge in an enraged fashion. Of course it does that in the end, however, much like what happened in The Terminal List, if you have seen that show, a large part is told through flashbacks when you see the main character really show emotion. I'm not saying that they shouldn't do that, but I like it more downplayed. Another particular thing to put a finger on here are the very much stripped down action scenes. The intensity is just not there. Every time when, for example, the main character shoots at the enemy, they just fall down like flies, and there is no real opposition. Of course, you might question why I expect more from a movie like this, but in, for example, Hot Seat, you actually managed to make a decent action movie that you don't manage to do here. That was also a low-budget one, but in that one, they made it work, with little resources. You want longer and more intense shootouts in movies, and you don't want the main character to be completely bulletproof. But yes, okay, although it is the worst action movie ever made, I like the fight scenes in the end, because then it seemed he had come to the big boss. In those particular scenes, you feel the rush a little more, and in an otherwise bad movie, there were some moments when they managed to make it work. I don't know if you will ever see this movie, guys, but yeah, don't expect too much if you do.